Action as it comes under fire, accused of stalling documents tied to multiple 2016 probes. But GOP lawmakers, including our own next guest, are firing back, saying hiring John Lausch, a U.S. attorney, to oversee the redaction and release process is not good enough. Congressman Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan sit on the House Judiciary Committee. They are as frustrated as anybody in Washington right now. So does John Lausch make you feel better about the process? Jim?
No, he doesn't. And she talked about getting the redactions right. How about this? How about just giving the information to us in an unredacted form? Just a few weeks ago, we caught them trying to redact, well, they did redact the conversation between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, where they're talking about Strzok's relationship with one of the FISA court judges, Judge Contreras, who also happened to be the judge who oversaw the Mike Flynn case. They hid that from us. We had to go over there to the Justice Department to find out what was going on in that redaction. So how just about giving it to us in an unredacted form?
Mark, you know what she told me yesterday, yesterday? She said, hey, listen, there's a lot of this has nothing to do with the Clinton investigation. Therefore, you have to keep on going through the pages as well as the redaction. Do you feel for her?
I don't feel for her, and let me just tell you, I'm tired of the excuses. I can tell you, I've looked at some of this stuff, and if you put all of their workforce on the level playing field where they're actually redacting it every day, what they produce to Congress is less than 2 pages a day. I mean, I don't feel sorry for her. I can tell you it's more spin, and here's what we do know. I sent a letter to the Attorney General outlining 10 redactions of material facts, not just names here or there, but material facts that the DOJ and FBI are hiding from Congress. And when that happens, enough is enough. Let's get the documents. Let's do it this week. And if this Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General can't do it, let's find 2 who will.
Well, Jim, you know, this is really the standard was set when Lois Lerner was allowed to get away with what she got away with, and as Koskinen were allowed to get away with what he was able to get away with, and they're out probably making money on the side right now in the free market. But this is the Attorney General appointed by Donald Trump, an FBI director appointed by Donald Trump, a Deputy Attorney General appointed by Donald Trump. Yeah. What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And think about the double standard. Yesterday, we had the FBI raid the president's attorney's residence and his business and got information that's privileged information. And yet, when Hillary Clinton had 60-some thousand emails and David Kendall had possession of those emails, they got to decide on the front end. David Kendall, Heather Samuelson, Cheryl Mills, and Secretary Clinton got to decide which ones were personal, which ones they got to keep, and then ultimately destroyed, and which ones they gave back to the taxpayers, gave back to the government. So what a double standard we see. Why don't you just give us the information, Mr. Wray, give us the information, Mr. Rosenstein, give us the information, Mr. Sessions, that we've asked for?
Mark, I'm going to add something else to what Jim just said. They also got immunity, Cheryl Mills, and sat in on Hillary Clinton's interview where I guess James Comey couldn't even show up. So there's a huge difference between the two. But in the big picture, where do you go from here? Being that you're not satisfied, what are your options?
Well, I think you've got a couple of options. There are some deadlines this week. We put forth deadlines. Chairman Nunes, doing a great job, has put forth deadlines of this week to deliver the documents. You know, it would just take one simple phone call from the Deputy Attorney General to Michael Horowitz, who has all this documents, who's testified under oath that it's not a problem to give it to Congress and it wouldn't impede his investigation. Make that phone call today. If not, there will be consequences well beyond contempt of Congress.
But Congressman Jordan, what are your options if the redactions make it impossible to comprehend?
Well, we keep sending staff over to the Justice Department to see the less redacted versions that they possess over there that they won't show us unless we go over there to look at them. But we've also called for 9 months ago, we called for a second special counsel. And Attorney General Sessions sent a letter to Congress a few weeks ago, and he said, only under extraordinary circumstances do you name a special counsel. Well, how about these facts, Brian? James Comey's been fired. Andrew McCabe's been fired. Chief counsel at the FBI, Jim Baker, has been demoted and reassigned. Peter Strzok demoted, reassigned. Lisa Page demoted and reassigned. Those 2 last individuals kicked off the Mueller team. And Bruce Orr, top official at the Justice Department, failed to tell the FBI and the Justice Department that his wife was working for Fusion GPS. How about that fact pattern? If that's not extraordinary circumstances, I don't know what is.
All right, Jim Jordan, Mark Meadows, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully we set the table, make some progress. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right. Remember that caravan of migrants traveling through Mexico as we switch now to illegal immigration? Some of them are not stopping until they get here, and they just admitted it. Plus,